Hello everyone, my name is Dr. Joel Rosen and I want to welcome you back to another edition of Insomnia Secret Video Updates. If you're watching this video, then perhaps you're suffering with an insomnia problem, or what I like to call a nightmare. You're not able to fall asleep, you're not able to stay asleep, and you're not able to wake up with a lot of energy. One of the very first things that we do, aside for checking for adrenal gland dysfunction, is to determine, are your blood tests even in the right range? So let's start with the basics. A lot of patients that I consult with will come in and they say, you know what, doctor, I did a blood exam or I did a blood test, my blood chemistries, my metabolic profile, my auto differentials, and I was told that my lab tests are normal. And perhaps they are normal, but they may not be in a healthy range. And that's the point of this video. There's a difference between normal and healthy. So what I want you to do is think about, how did they come up with the lab ranges in the first place? It's different in Boca Raton than it is in Utah, or different than Colorado or New Mexico. And then the reason that is because there's different people that took the lab the following year or the prior year. So what the labs basically do is they average out all the highs of all the people that took the lab test the last year, and all the lows for every lab test for glucose and red blood cells and hemoglobin and liver enzymes. They average them out and they figure what's the average high and what's the average low. And then if you're not as high as that person or not as low as that person, then you're told you're normal. That doesn't necessarily mean you're healthy. Think about all the people who are taking the lab test. Number one, they're not always the healthiest people. And so the problem is when you're being compared to the average, then, and you're told you're within the average, then you're told you're healthy. Yet you still have your chief complaints of not being able to sleep, or having brain fog, or having no energy throughout the day, or having gastrointestinal problems, and you're told your lab tests are normal. So let's give you a couple of examples. One of the very easy examples is blood sugar. On a typical lab test, the lab ranges are going to be 65 to 110. So that means if you're 111 or you're 64, then you're told you're high or you're low. In fact, the lab test is marked high or the lab test is marked low. However, if you're 66 or you're 109, you're told you're normal. So that's the lab ranges. The functional ranges, and the functional ranges were made up by the Endocrine Society to figure out, hey, what represents those that are healthy? And those that are healthy are in the range of 85 to 99. So that's a big difference. On the low end, it's 65 versus 85. And in fact, a lot of my adrenal gland problem patients or my insomniacs, their blood sugar falls too low, but not low enough to be flagged. And so as an example, these people are missing breakfast, these people are missing meals, these people are working throughout the day, and then they find out, oh my goodness, I haven't eaten since 9 o'clock, and your blood sugar has dropped too low, causing your adrenal glands to poop out, and the next thing you know is you're told you're normal because it's not below 65. I see a lot of reactive hypoglycemics. These are people that get shaky, lightheaded, and jittery if a meal is missed. If they eat, then they feel better, and they're just on a roller coaster ride, and that's going to be the death of an insomniac. So we need to fix those. On the high end, it's 99 to 110. So if you're 100 or 101, sometimes the doctor says it's a little elevated, or said don't worry about it. And yes, you have to worry about it because you're becoming insulin resistant, and that's going to mess up a lot of the biochemistry in your body, and thus resulting in your insomnia. Another great example is thyroid stimulating hormone. Thyroid stimulating hormone, or TSH, is responsible for thyroid metabolism. And thyroid is kind of like the janitor of the body. It makes the body prepared for the days that are going on, or the energy that's going to be required for the rest of the day. Sort of like pumping up the furnace, turning on the lights, and getting that school ready for the day. That's what the thyroid does for every single cell of your body. The lab ranges are 0.35 to 5.7. So that's huge. Think about that, 0.35 to 5.7. Yet the healthy functional ranges are 1.8 to 3.0. So that's a huge difference. For example, if someone is in the 3.9 or 5.2, they're told that they're normal from the lab ranges. But if they're low, say they're 0.5 and they're lower than 1.8, they're told they're normal, but they're not. They have symptoms. Something's going on and it needs to be addressed, and not necessarily from take this pill or take that pill, but let's give you some support with minerals and vitamins and lifestyle so that we can get you in the healthy ranges. And guess what the side effect of being healthy is? It's being able to sleep. Sort of unlike the side effect of taking this pill, it has all these other negative side effects. So hopefully this made sense to you. Hopefully you're looking for another solution to your insomnia problem and you want someone to assess you properly and take the time and figure out what's going on with your blood work. And you give us a call so that we can help you with your insomnia nightmare. Thank you so much.